god, I'm so tilted. Oh my god, and I have only myself to fault. Oh, what a terrible game that was. Oh god. Welcome to daily number 506 where Sean sucks! This is the thing that most frustrates me about a game like that. Playing badly and losing means that you don't really quite learn what went wrong. Now, ordinarily, the way that I avoid situations like that is the build that I did in the game. I step away and I go do it in single player until everything feels good, and then I take it to the ladder. Yeah. And I actually did that like on Sunday, and I had this build down like super pat, and then just like it all fell out. I don't know what is going wrong with my focus, so this is what I'm going to try to do. I try not to step into the mode where I'm like, damn it, I lost a game, that's bullshit, and just kind of keep going. I try to think, why is it that I'm not focused? Sorry, I don't know why that happens so much on my shirts. Why is it that I'm so unfocused, and what can I do to fix it? I'm just going to try to make myself play faster. So we're in a PvP right now, so I'm going to show you my adjusted Phoenix build. I'm doing it sort of agnostic of map. This is psychedelic. I always plant this pylon here because of the fact that I always plant it here and leave one space so that way I can deal with proxy gateways pretty well. Because it's close, a lot of people rally this probe out. But you gain 5 extra minerals if you rally it straight here, if you're building it this close. So I have just enough space to be able to micro against a proxy gator. So here's my awesome adjustment. So first, I build one assimilator on 15. And then I'm going to be chrono boosting this one, and I'm going to build another one on 16. And this 17th one gets rallied out this way. And makes a pylon. And then this way, I can still build this cybernetics core here. So this formation protects me against a proxy quite well. I'm walled in from this backside with the core. I have 2 pylons powering this gateway. And I have 3 in gas, or in each geyser, and I only narrowly delay a probe right there. Scouting with the Phoenix. I'm going to be building just one gateway. Oops. So my strategy here, rally like this, don't hit G for Guardian Shield, I do that often. I'm going to get away with 2 gateways here instead of 3. after I build this Phoenix, I can build another Phoenix and then build a Robo. Oops, forgot to hotkey this. Nope, not 4, 3. Why is everybody me? Alright, canceling this. I'm gonna be building a second thing. And as long as I stay reasonably mid-map, I should be able to. Sloppy blunder, didn't check gas, or check supply, excuse me. Oh my god, was that ever an off-place Nexus? I don't want to get too far out of my range, but there's not really anything he can do about this if he's opening Stargate. He might not be going Phoenix, but I have to account for this possibility. So this is where I can be a little more aggressive than I normally be able to in Wings of Liberty. No, really around the other way. Oh! So because he's going some Phoenixes and I'm going all Phoenixes, I should just win very shortly. My next transition is going to be into Zealot Archon. You'll notice that I force Zealot Archon into my play a lot, but this is not a force, this is just the best choice. So even though he has an expansion up slightly earlier than me, he can't collect from it. I missed. I'll fix it when it's on F1. See, I whiffed the probe, and now I'm going to F1 move it. F1 move it. I'm going to try to bait a Purify. Got it. I'm not getting gateways yet. Gotta be careful not to get too many shots onto that guy. One thing that can happen here is lose to DTs. See, with the number of Phoenixes I have and the fact that I can build them two at a time, it makes it very difficult for him to just... you know what I mean.
I am eager to strike. The skies await. Zero. Time. Warp field online. They come through. Command me. I am eager to strike. Where do you must construct additional pylons. We shall snap.
Oh, I whiffed this upgrade. Whoopsie daisies.
You require more Vespine gas.
Whoops.
Mineral field depleted. Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Siren. Reinforcing siren.
Research complete. Highlight for life. You require more Vespene gas.
Oh, I don't need a Dark Shrine.
Research complete.
You require my skills. Intriguing.
I have one Blank Stalker. Aw, yeah.
Place that in the power field. Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Oh, crap, I almost surrendered. That game looked a lot better than the last one. That was... It's quite interesting how much better I played in that second game than in that one. Some weird stuff went on that I guess I'll describe, but I'm trying to look for what I could have fixed up. Wow, we don't talk about the first game, do we? And honestly, like, the huge variance in my ability to just do basic stuff is directly related to lack of practice. That smooths out over time. Let's see here. Okay, so let me talk about my build and what some of the goals of it were. I want to get my Robo started, ideally around 6 minutes. Or actually, I should say it's 6:05 at the latest. So, I also want to get up a defense against some early gate attacks, and also there's 7-minute blink stuff that will totally freak me out. So, it's really important that I get that early scout in. So I'm going to spend 2 chrono boosts on this. There's one, and then the second one. So my order here is Zealot, Sentry, Zealot. And then I block the front because one sentry, your first sentry will be able to charge up to 100. So you can force field twice in case of emergency. And then with the energize, you can force field 4 more times. So that's 90 seconds. That's more than enough to get 2 immortals. So I get my early Stargate because honestly I need to scout him. If he proxies me, then he wins a high percentage of the time if he swings right now, but I don't think a lot of people proxy and then wait till they have like 7 zealots before attacking. But technically, I can just get a Void Ray if he did do that. So this got started pretty much on time. I poked in here. The instant I saw the Robo, my shoulders relaxed, and then I saw the Stargate, and then I got confused. I was like, huh. So if that's the case, then I just go all out, balls out, Phoenix. I think in the future what I should do, this is a little bit Wings of Liberty of me. What I should probably do is make this Mothership Core energize the Nexus, and then I get 5 chrono boosts on Phoenixes. I think that's better. That's probably the best way, because I know I want to win. This puts me down 150, but when I get my expansion up, also if he spends his resources on anything but Phoenixes, he falls behind. So I already have 3 out. Yeah, that's actually a lot better to energize there. So that's what I'll do. I completely misplaced the Nexus, which was kind of funny. And you'll notice that I'm being punished by being 100 minerals short when I really would like to be able to be building a Phoenix. So with this sort of play, there's very little that you run the risk of losing to early on, with the exception of players who get a decent number of zealots out because they have so many units you can't really lift. So as I'm here, I'm trying to get a gauge on whether he's still going Phoenix or whether he's getting other ground units here, but I'm keeping like a healthy lead in the Phoenix count. And also trying not to miss probes, trying not to miss pylons, which I was pretty reasonable about this game. But then, so at this point, he's just in a clear... Anytime a player goes some Phoenixes to defend a lot of Phoenix, it just screws up the rest of their tech. Why? Because they have to be building something else to deal with the Phoenix. That's gas. So that's gas they can't really be devoting to their tech. So generally, this is what you'll see, a forge with cannons plus upgrades. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to fall behind in the upgrade front. But with the number of Phoenixes I'll get, which is around 10... and I'll only get 10 if I see him opening Phoenix. This really forces him to be defensive. He has all this stuff, but I mean, he's relying heavily on the Mothership Core, and I'm keeping a pretty good count on his units. So I know what's up, and I know if Colossus are coming. And if they are, then he just dies immediately. Again, one of the reasons why I do like these Phoenix builds is that there's a lot of he dies immediately situations. I don't think I've killed off that many workers, yeah. I'm mainly trying to just pick off valuable things and trying to make him sack his Phoenix and waste his energy on his Mothership Core. Basically, be not aggressive while I try to get a lead in probes, which I have a healthy lead in. And then, okay, so in this position, he can't really go Colossus because I have 10 Phoenixes. He can't, so he could go for a good amount of Blink Stalkers, and that's literally the reason why I'm going for Zealot Archon. It's very good against too heavy a non-Colossus force. So that's, I mean, it's basically, this makes him not build Colossus. Everything else gets really crushed by a lean, efficient Zealot Archon army. So, yeah. Last thing I do is get the gateways. And if I run in here, I've also been noting his gateway count. Occasionally, his gateway count will start to climb up, which means that I would have to build these gateways a lot earlier and delay this expansion a lot, but there was no threat. So at this point, I'm just trying to get a good sense of what he's up to, what his distribution is like. You can kind of check up on the gas geysers and know that. There are a couple times when I could have recalled the Phoenixes, but whatever. And that lift on the Zealot, I totally had time to lift 2 Zealots. So I do fall into this habit. Actually, that's something that I should adjust for next game. I fall into this habit of having some number of Phoenixes, generally like 2 to 5, and I'll lift one thing at a time to maximize the damage of the Phoenixes, but when there's that many things, I should probably be lifting like 2. So I don't really think that there's a lot that I would adjust in this game, just because I was pretty far ahead at this point, especially when I had this expansion up. The one thing I was trying to look for is to make sure that like I wasn't over-probing, because I've been trying to make myself build probes a lot more, because I fall behind on that a lot. But I tried to check and stop at 75-ish. Oh, and then I just do little attacks like this, and yeah. I also need to be aware of... yeah. I didn't have an observer with this army. There's the observer. Excellent. Excellent. The big things that I want to adjust, though, is staying with one Mothership Core and energizing the Nexus if I see him Phoenixing. That'll save me a lot of money. And I can transition a little earlier and be aggressive a little earlier. So basically, with every attack, I'm like, oh, alright, he's not expanding. And what could I adjust? What could I change? I stopped at 8 gateways. That felt like a reasonable amount to stop at if I was maintaining aggression with all this stuff. And Zealot Archon Colossus is really typical. I don't actually even think that I needed to get this upgrade. And look at how low my Nexus energy is. Yay, low Nexus energy. And, yeah. Right during this last attack, like this probe up here, I've been messing this up in every single game I play, right? If I have my probes, or I don't have my probes, just like pylon, 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 it'll always help. Always, always, always. So then this sort of straightforward cleanup thing. I mean, if he's spending 300 on Tempest, then he just can't have anything else to deal with a lot of Zealots. And honestly, like, let this be a lesson. One of the best responses to someone getting too many Tempests is a ton of Zealots. It's super obnoxious to deal with a lot of Zealots, but I guess those suckers do kill off the Colossus pretty quickly. What was I gonna say? The big issues that I'm having with this Phoenix build with my normal play is just losses between 5 and 7. I think it's 5 and 8 too. So right when this Stalker pops out is generally, yeah, like he didn't move with it. If I'm at like 515 and I like haven't seen any attempt to do anything at my ramp, I'm feeling pretty snazzy. I'm feeling pretty much comfortable. Would I have been able to hold off the rest, though? I've only been doing this 2-gate thing for a little while because I stole it from Squirtle, who did it in the GSL. Yeah, I could... I'm torn on this Robo. Wings of Liberty style? I'd probably... Oh, I'd definitely cancel and get the second Stargate. I think I'll leave that Robo and just rely on the Energize instead. And that'll be my norm. Try that next. So yeah, I talked a little bit about my game, and I think the most interesting thing that happened in part 2 is the fact that I said I'm going to make myself play a lot faster, and my play got much better. And again, it's not I was playing faster, so my play was better. It's that I was focusing on trying to click and be a lot more spammy, and better things happen than when I tried to play relaxed and a little more focused. I actually somehow was distracted and off in that game versus Saucy. So this is a useful lesson to myself for how to mentally deal with myself when I'm feeling sluggish in certain circumstances, that I can be like, all right, cool, 2-minute break, go walk around, come back, sit down, and then just make yourself play very well. Or not very well, very fast. And that'll help me with my focus. So I'm going to go to part 3 right after this. Woohoo!